America's classrooms, teenagers being chastised for their conservative beliefs. Unbelievable. Meet Avery Severson, who was so inspired by Charlie Kirk that she decided to start a Turning Point USA chapter at her Minnesota high school. She described the fallout she received on Fox and Friends. Watch.
And these rumors online started going around about me, accusing me of sending racist, terrible, hateful messages to a black student at my school with no evidence pointing to me.
And in Virginia, teenager Julia Sayville had to leave school after being shamed over her Black History Month project on Candace Owens. She shared her story with Tucker Carlson.
I received an email that morning of my presentation that it was disrespectful of me to highlight her as a black trailblazer, and she stated how she believed Candace was racist.
Unbelievable. How did America get here? Why are innocent teens being caught in the crosshairs? Joining me right now is Charlie Kirk. He is the founder of Turning Point USA, and Candace Owens. She is the host of Candace on the Daily Wire. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for being here. Charlie, kick us off here. Your reaction to what you just saw.
This is a cultural fire alarm. I mean, we have young people that want to start groups or even write an essay like about Candace in support of their country, and they are being accused of things that they not even didn't do, but things they don't believe. Where are the adults in this situation? You know, the incident in Minnesota is so telling. So Avery was accused by the entire school with walkouts, with demonstrations and protests, with no evidence whatsoever. And the FBI got involved, the police got involved, and it turned out to be all a hoax, completely fake. And yet they won't say who made up those messages, interestingly enough. But again, where are the teachers, where are the administrators, and where are the adults that are going to start to stand up and realize that the next generation that's standing up for freedom in our country is worthy of protection in this situation? It takes courage to be a young conservative. It's time for adults to start to protect young people's right to organize and speak their mind.
And Candace, the mainstream media and big tech is fanning the flames. Look, earlier this week, Facebook blocked users from sharing a New York Post and Daily Mail story on the co-founder of Black Lives Matter and her $3.2 million real estate holdings.
Right, exactly. And they always use this idea. They say, oh, well, we're protecting her privacy, as if this is a form of doxing. And that couldn't be further from the truth. They did the exact same thing, don't forget. Most notably with the Hunter Biden, the emails and the laptop. They censored that information because they're trying to make sure that the truth does not get out. They are trying to protect the Democratic Party, and not only Democratic Party, but the left-wing institutions in general. This thought process that we keep seeing, that conservatives are not allowed to exist, that being conservative is backwards and it's wrong. And especially when it comes to the education system taking part in this, right? Smearing and libeling their own students. These students having to transfer out of schools. This is systematic bullying that's happening, but worse than that, it's propagandist, right? What we're seeing happening right now in the schools is they're saying this is the acceptable way that human beings must think. This young girl that you brought up, Julia, picked me, a black person, for Black History Month, and she was accused of being a racist. I mean, that is so twisted and perverted and wrong. It would be funny if it wasn't so cruel that led to her actually having to transfer out of this school. This is a problem, and Charlie, you are correct. Parents have to start speaking out, not just speaking out, but suing. You have to start suing these schools because they're ruining the lives of young children.
That's right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about suing and how some families are pushing back in the next block. Welcome back. I am back with Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, and Candace Owens, the host of Candace on the Daily Wire. I want to talk about this letter that is circulating the internet, and this is a letter from Andrew Gutman. He is the father of a girl in seventh grade. She's been at Brearley since kindergarten. He says if the administration were genuinely seriously about diversity, it would not insist on the indoctrination of its students and their families to a single mindset, most reminiscent of the Chinese Cultural Revolution. He goes on to say, I object to the view that I should be judged by the color of my skin. I cannot tolerate a school that not only judges my daughter by the color of her skin, but encourages and instructs her to prejudge others by theirs. Candace.
This man is a hero. Parents, pay attention. He's an absolute hero. So many parents that confide to me and say, what do I do? What do I do? I say, yank your children out of school. The time is now. It's not tomorrow. You cannot have your children sent to school. What's taking place right now throughout all of these universities and colleges and schools is a form of social engineering. They're taking your children. They're undermining parents at every single point. And the purpose for that is because they want to turn these children into government activists. What they want to do is to grow government. They want people to depend on government. They don't want them to turn to mom and dad for answers. They want them to think that mom and dad are wrong, are backwards and racist, and that these children are, so smart and so woke. They're handing out meaningless degrees, degrees in Latinx studies, degrees in gender studies, all of these things because they want these kids to think that they know more than us, when in fact they're learning nothing. They're rinsing the education system of hard academics, of math, of reading, of writing. They're producing failures. So this man is an absolute hero.
Math is now racist, I guess, Charlie. The California Education Department considering implementing a new statewide initiative to make math less racist.
Right, and this father is a hero. Candace is absolutely right. And he hit on something, this word diversity. The left loves talking about diversity. Their form of diversity, though, is everyone that looks different but thinks the same. No ideological diversity, no philosophical diversity, no, complete conformity. And that's actually what has always made America such a vibrant and exciting country. And quite honestly, the most successful country ever to exist in the history of the world. This all starts on the college campuses. It's on the corporations, halls of Congress, the rest of the country. We have to push back.